Hey guys, I wanted to hop on here really quick. Yes, I look a horrendous mess, but it's 11:13 p.m. and I'm absolutely tired. I had a really long day, but I got up and decided to play with some of my craft stuff, and I was watching a video, nothing new there, and I kind of I'm gonna link his video, but they call him Brother Chooch, and he was just telling what he thought, and wanted to know kind of what we were also thinking as well about the rapture. So as a lot of times when I'm speaking, I've kind of told y'all that, like, I talk to my mom a lot, and there was a couple days ago, or maybe it was, oh no, it was yesterday. My days are running in together, but yesterday I was talking to my mom about same-o, about what's going on in Israel, and how, they've been, rockets are constantly flying over there, and it's really, really insane. So we really need to pray up on Israel. We need to pray for protection, and we also need to pray for President Trump as well, with all this impeachment stuff going on. I had just read that, I guess, someone prayed over him. Paula White, I think is her name. Anyway, so that's good. But we also need to just, all together as believers, we need to pray for him as well. While Brother Chooch was explaining like some of his theory, I felt something. I just started hearing, if your flight takes in winter. And I was drawing, or I was painting is what I was doing. And I just sat there and I kept thinking, okay, whatever, I'm too tired. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm too tired. I don't want to do it. No, God, don't. That's kind of just our relationship. But anyway, I'm hard-headed and I overanalyze everything. Anyway, so, at any rate, I was, sitting there and I just continued to do my little craft or whatever. And I kept praying, or I kept listening. Sorry, I kept crafting, and I kept hearing, if your flight takes in winter. And so I was like, okay. So I go and I find it, and it's Matthew 24:20. And then I was like, I'm just going to get my Bible and I'm going to read a little bit more of it, because I wanted to kind of write stuff down. Come to find out, I write stuff all the time in this Bible. And it's funny to me how sometimes I'll look at some. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, you guys. It's funny how I'll look at some of these things and I'm like, I didn't know what they meant then. Like, I have this little paper right here, and I write really silly stuff on it, or on anything, just anything to get it out of my head. And there's the Jerusalem Postian. Okay. I didn't get to read it. But anyway. Okay, so it says Matthew 24:36 ? And basically that just says, then will appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And so I guess at that time I didn't know what that meant, but I do now. Or at least I believe that it's talking about the rapture. Okay, so anyway, back to what I was saying. So I was talking to her, and we were discussing end times as usual. And I was watching a really awesome YouTuber. They call her Gigi. I really like her a lot. She's like very, very humble, very down to earth. And I don't know. I just really, really like her a lot. But anyway, so there's a lot of people, I guess, talking to her, and even she talking about like November 3rd and 4th, I guess, and I was telling my mom about it, and I was just watching the video while talking to my mom, and she goes, so I'm listening, and I mention how it talks about the days will be shortened for the elect. And so, I mean, I went into full-blown conversation about it, but she stops me and she goes, well, that's weird. And I said, well, why? And she goes, well, because November 3rd is daylight savings time, so it's literally shortened. And I just sat there and got like really big goosebumps. Like I kept sitting there and I was like, oh my gosh. I said, Mom, you're a genius. So I was like, wow, that's awesome. So anyway, I'm watching Brother Chooch and I'm just sitting there painting, and I kept hearing this. So I go to my Bible to read, and I did not feel as if anything else was significant. The only thing that I felt was significant is pray that your flight will not take place in winter or on the Sabbath. That stuck out to me a lot because, okay, you think about the fact that, and listen, I'm not saying that the rapture's tomorrow or in the next 40 minutes or whatever. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this is a theory, and that's super awesome or whatever. Now, it is coincidental that tomorrow is daylight savings time and the days will be shortened. And but I have been telling my mom for like months, and she didn't really start believing me until a couple days ago, that it would really blow my mind if we were here past December 31st. Like, it would just blow my mind if we went into next year. I mean, I'm not God, like, so I'm not saying that, I'm not saying anything against that. But anyway, so my theory is this. So November 3rd is daylight savings time, so therefore the days will be shortened. Okay, so you've got that. On top of the fact that Israel, like, there's rockets all over the place, like, and whatnot. And so we're like on the brink of WW3. Okay, so you factor that in. And then I decided to go ahead and look up when winter was. And winter is December 21st. So my theory, I don't know if this is true. I just feel like I need to put this out there. You guys know that I don't come on here very often. I only come, it's almost seeming like either more like every other day, really. But my theory is that with the fact that the days will be shortened, for the elect, the days will be shortened. On top of that, on top of the fact of December 21st. Okay, so, and I'm telling you, it gets very overwhelming because I can't section stuff out very well. I've never been able to do that. It just seems like it's getting worse the older I get. But at any rate, my theory is this. Between November 3rd to December 21st, I feel those are extremely high watch times. Again, this is a theory. You can say what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below, because I just kept hearing it over and over, and of course it sparks my curiosity, and so I just get into my Bible and I read it, and I don't want to lead anybody astray. I don't want to deceive anyone. I prayed before this video, and I pray that, if this is wrong, that no one really watches it, or it doesn't upload, or it gets taken down or something, whatever it may be. I only want this to be good information. So I hope that helps someone. I hope that maybe someone else has something else that they've been told, and maybe it kind of is in conjunction with mine. So if it is, please, comment down below. But that's just my theory. I pray that's right because I'm ready to go home, as many of you are. So I wanted to bring that to you guys. And I pray that if there's a stronghold over you, that God takes that away. And I rebuke any negativity that Satan may be putting onto you or whispering to you. I love you guys. I really, really hope that, this information was good for someone. So yeah. All right, you guys. Well, you guys have a blessed rest of your weekend, and have a great almost Sunday. And I hope, even though we're losing an hour, I think is what it is, that you guys get rest more than I'm apparently going to get. But all right, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a couple days, whatever, when God gives me something. Okay, bye, you guys.